And we are live. I can officially tell all of you Happy New Year. We are in 2022. How crazy is this? I can't believe how fast 2021 went. As you all know, I have been doing YouTube for just over a year and a half, which is insane how fast the time has flown by. And I just really want to give each and every one of you the biggest shout out today because my channel would not be what it is today if it wasn't for each and every one of you. You are the real MVPs. Thank you so much for all of your continued support. I literally would not be here if it wasn't for each and every one of you. So I cannot wait what 2022 brings in this new year. But I am excited to watch this channel and community grow. And I can't wait to see what we're going to be doing when we're ringing in year 2023. We got a lot of peeps popping in here. What's good, Maze Going Ghost, BX Dusty. Oh, okay. So we have Tohir T. Happy New Year. He made an amazing video on me, you guys. So I actually have to give a huge shout out to Tohir T. Go watch his YouTube, everyone. He is an incredible cinematographer. I mean, he creates such amazing videos, and I just have to give you a huge shout out because I was in love with the video that you did on me, and I really, really appreciate the support. What's good, David and Daniel? Martin, good to see you all in here. Rudy, GT from AG Black Lycon. We got King Jonathan in the house, and Sam, BX Dusty, Murder BX. Good to see you all in here. What's up, E. Williams? Sick Kicks Away Global. Lewis Trace in the house, and Shane Shorter. Good to see you all in here. I'm glad you guys liked my mattress pick. My back may be hurting after tonight, but we'll see if it gets comfier if I can break that in. But again, for those of you who are popping in here, Happy New Year's. Again, want to thank all of you for all of your continued support. This has been a long haul with this past week, so thank you everyone who has actually jumped in on any of my lives. I just did basically 50 of my top favorite kicks, and I separated those sneakers in different categories. Tonight is going to basically be me going through 60 plus sneakers. So grab your popcorn, grab your water, stay hydrated. We are going to be here together for a long period of time, I think. And I got a lot of sneakers to go through, and that is actually not even all of them, which is crazy. What's up, Jerry Curl, Janet, Andy, Highness in the house? We got so many of you popping in here. What's up, Will? Do I think the Fragment Sakai waffles are better than the OG pairs? Will, I'm obsessed with the OG pairs. I can't really say that I like them any better. I would always say that I am usually a fan of the OG colorways that tend to drop first. But that's just my simple opinion. What's up, Sean Rambos? Yeah, we got a large pile going on here. This room is completely filled with sneakers right now. There's absolutely nowhere for me to really walk, which is pretty crazy. So we are going to go through all of my other honorable mentions. I would love to hear all of your thoughts as well. If you think any of these sneakers that I'm going to talk about tonight should have made any of those lists, feel free to put your opinion on here. I would love to hear from you. There obviously are so many sneakers that dropped in 2021 that it was very difficult to squeeze them into the top 10 categories. So kind of felt bad. I felt like I was leaving some of these sneakers out. So I really have to give them, you know, a little bit of an honorable mention just to give them some love, because I do think a lot of these sneakers do deserve some of that love that wasn't obtained in any of my other videos that I did this past week. If you didn't get a chance to view any of those videos, be sure to go back and watch them. I had some amazing guests with me this week. Tonight it's just me and you. Me in the chat tonight. No special guests today, so I hope I'm enough to keep your attention. But we had some amazing guests that came on the channel. Just to give you guys an idea of this year, there is so much happening. I'm so excited and ecstatic for the partnerships that I've aligned with for this year. And on top of that, we are going to continue to do more lives. I don't know if any of you remember, but back in 2020 when I first started the channel, I actually never did a live before. I waited till last year to start my lives, And this year, we're really going to put that in overdrive. I'm going to be having a ton of special guests, and these are going to be really important guests. These guests are definitely going to be people who come from a lot of these brands, from all of the shoes that I'm going to talk about today. I think it's really important to just get that intel and information out there for anyone who is interested in learning more about the sneakers that get released. And so I would love to have this platform, ShadeTV, to allow these guests to be a part of it and to allow my community to be a part of it. So definitely stay tuned for what is to come. And yes, Funko Pop. On that note, Daniel Martin, I have neglected Funko and U2s and all of my toys and collectibles. I am going to be stepping up on really pushing more of my collectible videos because I know a lot of you are huge supporters of my Funko Pops. So I'm definitely going to work more of those videos into my unboxings, as well as January is basically going to be the month where I am going to be doing all of the overflow from last year. So if those of you don't know overflow, in the fashion term, overflow is usually when we don't finish all the clothes that we're supposed to shoot. That's basically what I have, is a huge amount of overflow. I didn't want to start the year out this way, but I'm going to use the month of January, since releases are a little bit slower. I'm going to use this month to really get to all of the sneakers that I wasn't able to do full styling hauls on. So definitely turn those notifications on, because I am literally going to be pounding out videos left and right for all of you. So you're definitely going to want to know as soon as I upload these videos to my YouTube space. And I just cannot tell you how many shoes I actually didn't get to last year. And I was trying to count, honestly, all of the sneaker unboxings that I did last year. I think I must have done over 250 sneakers on the channel, which is insane. That means I almost showed each of you 365 sneakers last year, which is crazy. I never imagined myself doing that many unboxings on a YouTube channel, and here we are in 2022. I didn't even know what the goal is going to be this year, but I have literally unboxed that many sneakers, and so that is why I had to do this 60 plus that I did not give love to in those top 50s. So we're going to get started here soon. Be sure to hit that like button if you are in here right now. Also, hit that subscribe if you are new to the channel. Welcome if you are new. I'm so happy to have you in here at the start of the year. But we've got a lot of sneakers to go through. This is going to be really entertaining. I'm not going to be showing videos in between because that is just a ton of videos to show all of you. But I have done a ton of videos on all of these. So if there is a video that you maybe missed out on, this is an opportunity for you to actually go back, check it out. I will for sure mention if it is a video I have not posted yet, and it's going to be coming out this month. So do stay tuned for that. But I'm going to start out actually with the Kobe Protro 9 All-Star. So this sneaker did not make the list, but as you know, RIP Kobe, we miss you. We are not going to be seeing any more Kobe's. So I really just wanted to add to my collection for the Kobe's, just because this is one of the most comfortable sneakers that I own. I have very narrow feet, and I feel like the Kobe Protros just fit me so perfectly. I really love this color combination. I love the golds and blacks and pearlescent whites on this sneaker. And again, it's just a really, really comfortable, easy sneaker that I love to work out in. This is also a sneaker that I love playing volleyball in. So I definitely had to add this to my collection. And you know, I'm just really bummed because we're not going to get any more colorways for the Kobe Protro 6s. And this is one of my favorite colors. So this is the All-Star, everyone. And I did do a video on this. So if you weren't able to watch this, be sure to go back and check that out. Well, what's up, Kai and Anthony? It's good to see you all in here. Yes, 2022. I agree with you too here, T. I do think that 2022 is going to be insane. I am actually a little worried about how many sneakers are going to be popping out left and right. So hopefully I would be able to keep up, but probably going to have some overflow in 2023 again, like I'm having in 2022. What was the last Kobe here? So this is another Kobe. So this was the Kobe Protro 6 Del Sol. So these again are the last Kobe's that actually released, and it's pretty crazy to know that these are the last Kobe's that we were going to see. Pretty crazy. So, sorry, Yellow Del Sol. This is the All-Star. I've got these mixed up. My brain already starting off. But we've got the All-Star and the Del Sol. And there's no more Kobe's, everyone. I'm absolutely in love with this red colorway, though. So definitely a beautiful tone that you've got here. I love the gradient color scheme that we've got going on here as you move down the paneling. It goes from dark red to lighter red tone. But again, this is just one of the comfiest sneakers that I've worn. And we're not really going to be seeing any more colorways or any more releases for Kobe in that sense. So just happy that I was able to end off 2021 with a few Kobe's on my bucket list. So those are the Kobe's that I've got here. So RIP Kobe. Happy to have a couple more sneakers that I can add to my Kobe collection. But definitely let me know again, everyone, if you think any of these should have made my top 50 list and any of the categories. But it's good to see all of you hopping in here. For those of you that just jumped in, we are going through my top 60 plus sneakers that are getting an honorable mention. What's up, Tremaine and Asriel? Good to see you all in here. Yes, both of those go hard. It's really hard for me to choose between those. I do love my Grinches from last year, but I do love mixing up my color schemes. I know. R.I.P. Betty White. How sad. It's so crazy. She almost was 100 years old. 99. She would have been 100 this January, which is insane. All right, so let's continue on. So we actually have the LeBrons here. I don't have a lot of LeBrons. I've only done 2 LeBron unboxings, which is pretty crazy to think about. So these are the South Beaches, and this is the LeBron 8 for those wondering what LeBron number this is. I was pretty obsessed when I saw this color. It's just such a vibrant colorway. I mean, I definitely... I'm very picky with the LeBrons that I choose. These are very heavy sneakers, and for me, I can't really play sports very well in these just because of the weight of them. But when I saw the South Beaches, I lived in Miami before, and this really did kind of take me back to my Miami days, to be honest with you. But this is a great color scheme. South Beach 8, what a great LeBron. Yes, this is a great LeBron shoe to have. For those of you who are LeBron fans, I'm sure you can attest to this being one of the best colorways that have released. But yeah, this is just a beautiful color. It's really vibrant, especially if you're somebody who likes to wear bright pops of color. I think the teal and the pink just really pop quite nicely off of this. And one of my favorite parts is actually the lion here with those pink eyes. Look how cool the detailing is on those. What's up, RX Fly Fishing? Good to see you in here. Yes, Sam. Thank you for agreeing. I do think that this is a beautiful shoe. Viva Miami. I know. I'm actually going to be headed to Miami for SneakerCon in Fort Lauderdale as well. So hopefully I'll get to see some of you out there, and maybe some of you will actually be rocking the South Beaches. Yeah. These are nice, David Chin. I have to agree with you on that one. Yes, I highly recommend this. If you are a LeBron fan and you didn't cop this colorway, I do think that this is one of the best LeBron colorways to have released last year. So definitely go after this one if you don't have it. All right, so moving on. That's already 3 sneakers. I feel like, whew. Grab your popcorn, everyone. Anyone who's just jumping in. 60 plus sneakers that we're going through here. But there are just so many amazing colorways that released. And one of the early looks I did this year was actually the Rust Pinks. And this is a Jordan 3. For those of you who saw that early look, I was absolutely in love with this pink. I'm very particular with my pink tones, and I really love how muted this color scheme was. I love the pops of hot pink on this as well, especially for you ladies out there. If you're a fan of pink, I feel like this really does go hard. This is just such a nice compilation of white, hot pink, and this muted rust pink all over the sneaker. I have done a full look on this again, so I've got my mods. They're so nice, and they're putting up links to each of these videos. So this will give you a chance, if you are new to the channel and you haven't caught up on my videos, to just go back and recap. But The rust pink is definitely one of my favorite colorways. Strawberry shortcake. Yes, Highness. That would actually have been a great name for this, strawberry shortcake. I could see this actually being a strawberry shortcake. It actually makes me want to eat strawberry shortcake right now. Threes do slap. I know a lot of you are big three fans. I didn't pick up too many threes last year, but this was definitely one of my favorite threes that I did cop. So definitely if you're a pink lover, go for these. I'm so sorry, Lawrence. I send you to eBay every time you see any of my sneaker unboxings. I hope that I'm not making everybody run to the bank to have to keep up with me. This is a lot of sneakers. Next up are the Clot ones. So this was actually a sneaker that already had released. This is pretty similar to the OG version. I had to have this though, and specifically because you all know I love my sock game. So the Clots are so cool just because they have this translucent toe box here. So this is your opportunity if you're a sock person like myself and you actually want to show your socks off. This is the sneaker to do it with. But look how cool this color combination is. This is kind of the signature Clot colorway. And I'm just obsessed how this Air Max 1 came out. I think they just did a great job with the embroidery on the back there. Let me see if I can get my camera to focus. But this is just a solid sneaker. It's really cool looking. And I just love the fact that, again, you get to have fun with your socks on this one. Threes are the most comfy shoes. So those are your favorite RX Fly Fishing. What's up, Natalie? Good to see you in here. Everyone who's just jumping in, we're going through 60 plus sneakers that didn't make my top 50 list. But again, if these are any sneakers that you think should have made that list, definitely holler at me and let me know. Okay, moving on to another Air Max 1. These are the Aqua Noise. So I did put the Monarchs in my list, but this was a hard decision to actually not put this in. I just wanted to have some variety, so I felt like I had to pick one. You all know that this did drop in a 4-pack. So in that 4-pack, there were 4 different colors. The Monarch and the Aqua Noise were my favorite. Or the Noise Aqua. I guess I'm saying that backwards. But this is just a beautiful colorway. I love this cool blue color that they put on here. And it's just a really, really high quality shoe with great materials on it. Big kid, you wear your clots without socks on it? I guess you could show your toes through the clots as well. So who am I to say you have to wear socks with your sneakers? But I love this colorway. It was, again, just a really hard one to choose from. Pata is really killing it. I love that they, you know, are really just doing their thing with the Air Max 1s. And this was definitely one of my favorite color combinations for the Air Max 1s this year, or this past year. My God. Keep forgetting that we're already in 2022, everyone. Aw, thanks, Natalie. You're the sweetest. Yeah, agreed with you, Sam. They're both equally good in different ways. So I guess it definitely comes down to you, your wardrobe, your personality, and what colors you love the most. But I definitely love this color scheme. Next up, this was another early release that I did, so definitely go back, check this one out. But these are the Starfishes. People also call these the shattered backboards, different names. But this is the Air Jordan 1. This is such a crisp colorway. A lot of people love pops of orange, so I know when this one dropped, this was a huge, huge hit. And I definitely have worn this sneaker to the ground already. I can already see that I've rubbed off the Nike Air on the insole there. But this is just such a great pop of color, and if you're a fan of an Air Jordan 1 low, this is definitely a great sneaker to add to your collection. I know we have a lot of Starfish and Shattered Backboard fans out there, so this is definitely a color that has been long awaited in this silhouette. See, a lot of people are saying this is one of the best Jordan lows. I know that Travis Scott fragments were the big hit, but I think that it kind of overshadowed this lovely Starfish here, but definitely I want to give it, a little bit of an honorable mention because I do think that this was a dope color that they did release last year. Happy New Year, everyone who's just jumping in here. We got Prince of Judah. Califani, it's good to see you all in here. Aw, thanks OG to the max. I appreciate that. We're doing 60 plus kicks tonight, everyone. So if you're just dropping in, Happy New Year to all of you. We're moving through some shoes pretty quick. I've already gone through 8. We're just kind of moving through this actually pretty fast, faster than I expected. Next up is a Dunk High. So this is the football gray colorway. I would have put this on the list, except as I think I mentioned in one of my other videos when I was live, is the leather on these. I don't know what's going on with the quality control on Dunks, but there's a lot of imperfections on the leather, specifically with the Dunk Highs that I saw last year. A lot of issues with it. So I do absolutely love this colorway. Definitely something I had fun wearing in the springtime and summertime. This is just such a great color for those seasons. I would have ranked this higher if the leather was just a little bit better. Obviously, we know that the Dunks are on the more affordable side, and so that is why I feel like we have more quality control issues with these. But I do love this colorway that they came out with. I think it's just a nice, subtle light blue. I honestly don't know why they called it gray in the name of this, just because it's not gray at all. It's definitely more of kind of a pearly or purpley kind of blue when I see it in the light. But I was a fan of this. Haven't copped a Dunk High yet. Highness, what are you waiting for? So many Dunk Highs that I'm actually going to go through here. So definitely, hopefully I'll help you pick out one that you might want to buy. All right, so moving on. Gosh, we've got so many things. I'm like, where do I even keep continuing here? All right, so next up are the Kim Jones. So this is an Air Max 95. This came in 2 different colorways. It also came in a Volt color scheme. One of the things I was shocked to see is that I saw these in the outlet mall. But you know what's hilarious is they weren't actually priced down in the outlets. So it's funny that they had these there, but they were selling them for the same retail price point that I bought them for. I was obsessed when I saw this come out. I love Kim Jones and I love him as a creative director, as a designer. I think that he just comes out with some amazing pieces. And so I had to get this. I am a fan of Air Max 95s. So you guys can see this is the orange colorway that I went with. But I do love the pops of orange with that charcoal kind of gray that's going on there. But I definitely have gotten lots of compliments on this sneaker. It's extremely, extremely comfortable. But this Air Max 95 is just such a beautiful silhouette. This shoe was released when you were in grade school, huh? Okay. Yeah, I know, RX Fly Fishing. These definitely were in the outlets, but it was not marked down. So don't feel bad if you paid full price for these, because I get frustrated sometimes when I go to the outlet mall and you think something is going to be marked down just because it's in the outlets. And then sometimes you run into the scenario that I ran into where I found these, but they were going for the same price. So I was so confused. But I really, really love the Kim Jones collaboration on the Air Max 95s. I think this is just a solid, solid color and solid silhouette. Yeah. The check on the front, Lawrence, I have to agree. They did a great job with that. But again, they did release 2 colorways on those, and I got the orange. I'm in love with them, and I wear them all the time. What's up, Letitia? Good to see you in here. You got them under retail. See, some of you lucked out. I just pulled the trigger on them, I guess, way too fast. So next shoe that I have, it's actually a bit dusty. My gosh, apologize, guys. We got some dust on these, but it's definitely a winter boot. So I've actually not done a video on these yet. A lot of you actually were asking me whether or not I was going to snag these. And these are the Jordan 9 Retro boots. This is definitely something I felt like I needed to have in the winter here in New York. I actually haven't worn them yet, haven't done the unboxing. So definitely stay tuned, because I'm going to have an unboxing and lookbook for you on these. But I think this is definitely going to be a fun shoe to have in the winter out here. As you can see, the treading on these are insane. I definitely don't feel like I'm going to fall on my ass, hopefully, when I'm walking through the snow. If it does snow in New York, I don't know. It's been so warm out here. It was 50 degrees yesterday, which is crazy. It's usually just like a blizzard during this time. So I don't know what our winter is going to be like here. It could be heavy come end of January or February. We'll see. But definitely a really cool boot. And I'm so happy that I was able to add this in the collection. I don't have a lot of Jordan 9s, so pretty excited to do this unboxing for all of you. Yes, they are. A lot of people liked these 9s. You know, I think a lot of people actually slept on these a bit. We've got a donation that just came in. Hobby to Hustle with $9.99. Keep grinding. Hate to see you so slept on. I appreciate the support. Thank you so much. Really appreciate your donations. This is going to help the channel as we grow this year. I'm looking to add actually another camera and a lot of other fun equipment. So, yes, and as you guys know, I've done almost 1,200 looks. 1,200 looks in 2021. That is how many looks I've done with each of my shoes that I've unboxed. So if I've done 260 plus shoes, that is, yes, 1,200 total looks for you, styled differently than each shoe that I've unboxed, which is pretty crazy to think. Pretty crazy. So 9 is definitely one of those I have not gotten to, but now you can see, since I've done and styled about 1,200 looks in 2021, why I have some overflow. But definitely going to get to these, and I can't wait to style them for all of you. I know, right? Cameras on the ceiling. Actually, Rad, I really want to get a camera with a C-stand so that I can give you guys a different view, especially since I'm going to be doing more collectibles and things like that. I want you guys to see it from my view versus just kind of frontal. So hoping to add that to the techie side of things this coming year. But definitely a lot coming in 2022. So I hope you guys are ready for a roller coaster ride, because we've got a lot of adventurous things that are coming to the channel. And I really hope that you like the content that I'm bringing out, especially with Pokemon. You guys are going to be seeing a lot more collectible stuff on the channel that I'm going to be intermixing with all my sneakers. So hopefully those of you who are also fans of collectibles like myself, I'm going to be intermixing that though with a lot of my sneaker content. Do I keep all the shoes that you review? John G, I think you got to go to my Instagram page right now, because all of my shoes from 2021 I just took a photo with. That is actually one thing I'd like to discuss with you, the community, because a lot of people, I think, assume that as soon as I do my reviews, I get rid of my sneakers and I won't have them at the end of the year. And that was a really important reason why I decided to do that mattress pick for all of you, because a lot of people don't believe that I am a true sneaker person. And so for me, I don't like to flaunt all of my sneakers. I'm not that type of personality. I don't love taking photos with hundreds of sneakers behind me. I love just showing you the sneaker that I'm actually focused on in that moment. So this was actually the first time that I have ever, I guess you could say, flexed and showed you my entire sneaker collection for last year. And a lot of people were even saying, I think, oh, well, that's all you have. These are all new releases. Well, if you read the context, I did say these are all my pickups for only the year 2021. So I would say, yes, I do keep all of these sneakers. They are my babies and I love them so much. And I hope that you guys really enjoy all of the sneakers and looks that I put together on a week-to-week basis. I do enjoy it and I have fun with it. And I'm just happy that I have grown this community that loves to see what I put out as well. And I can't wait to see this community grow even larger this year. Daniel, really appreciate you looking out. Really do. What's up, Butchering Kicks 84? Welcome in. Good to see you all in here. Everyone who's jumping in. Appreciate it, Rad. Everyone who's jumping in, we're going through some honorable mention sneakers that I didn't get to in those top 50. So we're going to be going through 60 plus kicks tonight. It looks like we've gone through maybe about 10 so far. So we've got about, I don't know, 58 or more to go through. But it's been a fun journey, you guys. I've had so much fun just doing these unboxings. We've had a lot of shoes that we've gone through in 2021. Again, 260 plus shoes, which is crazy. I don't even know where to start. We've got so many shoes here. I'm like, let's just see. Let's go to the fortunes. So the fortune Aleli May. So I actually didn't know that Aleli May was Filipino. And this is part of her Filipino heritage. I'm also Filipino, for those of you who didn't know. I'm mixed, but Filipino is one of my ethnicities. And I think that, I love the Jordan 14s. I've always been a fan of the 14s because this is one of my first silhouettes, but I do think that Aleli May did a great job on really keeping this subtle with how she really styled this sneaker, and I think it just came out really nice with the emerald tones and the gold tones on here. But I think that she really made the 14 look sleek. Big kid. Yep, I am big on New Balances as well. I have to agree. Glad meeting you. Oh, yes, I did meet you at SneakerCon in Cleveland. And I hope to meet a lot more of you at any of these sneaker events in 2022. I'm going to be attending a lot more events this year. So hopefully, wherever I am in the US, I'll be able to at least meet one or many of you. I don't know how many of you are going to be attending sneaker events this year, but as long as, things stay open, I will be flying all around. What's up, Shady Munchie? Good to see you in here. Happy New Year to you as well. Yes, Pinoy Power, Chancho. But we have the Aleli May 14s that get that honorable mention. I think this was just a really well put together 14. And again, just continue on my tradition of loving Jordan 14s. All right, so I'm actually going to put some of these sneakers on the ground because my desk, if you can believe it, is completely filled already. So I'm going to start pulling some sneakers out from the other parts of my room since this room is completely filled top to bottom with sneakers. I feel like it does kind of smell like a perfect sneaker box in here. What's good, Ivan? So give me a moment, peeps. I will be back in just 2 seconds. I'm literally just going to pull up all of these sneakers here. Reload for this second pop-up. But, yeah, we got a lot going on here. Let's see if I can make room. So I actually really wanted to put these next two sneakers on the list, but it was just so packed full. I do think that this truly deserves an honorable mention, but these are the strawberry and chocolate milk dunks. Again, there was some controversy on whether or not these were mids or not, height-wise, but I do think that they did an impeccable job on these. I love the milk on the swoosh. I love the storyline behind these. And I couldn't even choose between the two colors. So we definitely have these two color options. I was actually wearing these in the picture, but we've got the chocolate milk and the strawberry milk, and I actually love these so much. Shout out actually to one of my subscribers. I was actually shopping at the mall and he recognized me, and the first thing he said to me was, I saw your chocolate milk video and I actually had to pull the trigger on them. So I love running into all of you. So definitely say hello if you see me walking around the streets here somewhere. But I do run into a lot of you lately and I love getting to know you. So I love hearing stories that, I helped you with either styling your sneakers or just deciding to pull the trigger on one. But the strawberry and chocolate milks definitely deserve that honorable mention. I think that these are just two beautiful colorways. It was a very well done packaged sneaker. Even the boxes were incredible. So definitely take a look at these if you haven't already. In person, it's just the pictures don't do it justice. The materials on these are impeccable. RX Fly Fishing, you didn't get them? Shady Munchie, these are your favorite. A lot of people actually had this in their top 10. Yes, you've got to do a top video list, Butchering Kicks 84 for sure. But for those of you who are asking what my top picks are, definitely go back and check out those videos of me earlier this week. Did I do 5 videos? My goodness, I can't even remember. But I've separated those videos into categories so you can see what my top 10 picks are. These are the honorable mentions that didn't quite make the cut, but it's not that I don't love them and admire them. I do love these also. There just wasn't enough space to add them on those lists. All right. What's your most expensive sneaker in your collection? Well, the most expensive sneaker that I paid for last year would definitely have to be the foam posits, the CDG foam posits. Those were pretty expensive. Definitely didn't want to have to pay that, but I was in love with it. 2022, you are getting to 100K. Chris Young, I hope so. Tell all your friends and family and everybody about the channel next year. I would love to hit 100K. And obviously, that plaque would have to be dedicated completely to all of you because I would not be here if it wasn't for each and every one of you watching the channel. All right, next up, where do we start? All right, so this was the Billie Eilish 1KO. This didn't get a lot of love. I do like this sneaker. I think that it did get overlooked by the other silhouette that she dropped, but I don't mind this one. I think that, you know, it's a great pop of color, especially if you are a big neon fan. This definitely didn't go above my ambush picks, but, you know, it's definitely a solid colorway, and I love seeing women out there just getting to have these collabs with big brands like Jordan and Nike. So glad to see Billie Eilish pumping it out, and I know that we're going to see a lot more collabs from her this coming year. And it's really cool that she chose actually a silhouette that, you know, wasn't a really popular one. I do give kudos to those collaborators who do design sneakers with any of these brands who go off the beaten path and choose a silhouette that's not as loved, because it's a lot harder for, you know, you to do a really good job and for the people to really truly love it. So that's why I had to include this one on here. Those Billies going for $320, shipped in an 8. Wow. Well, I guess they're retaining a decent price point. So while we're on this color, I'm actually going to switch over and do some ambushes here. So I do have a fuchsia and this nice other color that is a flash lime. So we've got the cosmic fuchsia and the flash lime colorway. So this, again, I think is just one of the highest quality dunks I've seen. I was obsessed when I saw the early leaks of this just because of the really cool swoosh that extends past the heel. I love when designers really take their, you know, conceptualization of the sneaker and they take it to another level. I haven't seen anything like this before, so kudos to Yoon for doing this. I think she just did an impeccable job on this one. I love the extension of that ambush and the 3D look of it on the back of the heel of this, but I did love both of these colorways. You guys probably saw me in her outfit as well at one of the sneaker cons. I loved the whole look of everything. I think she did just an amazing job with that. Who else does a topic? I know, it's crazy. But I love the, you know, ambushes. I think they did a great job. They did a very, very great job with these. And I actually wore them like this. I think I wore one fuchsia and I wore one of the flash limes, but that was just a really fun pop of color to add to it. All right, moving on. So next up is the handcrafted Air Jordan 1 highs. I think that this is a really cool colorway. For those of you who are really obsessed with the biohacks, I feel like this was a nice kind of example of a biohack, but in a more neutral color scheme. I think they did a really great job with choosing the color palette on this one. And I love this dual combination on the laces. So we have block on the bottom. We have that pop of color on the top. I just think it's such a really cool look. I haven't really seen this too often when they do the lace setup on these, but I love that they gave us that dual lace setup. What's up, Jay? Nathan, what are my thoughts on Supreme times Bape Collab? I think, we'll get to that shortly, but stay tuned for more Supreme as well this coming year, everybody. We'll be doing lots of Supreme. Props on your top of the year videos. Were neat to do it that way. Thank you, Big Kid. I appreciate it. I wanted to do something different for you guys. As you know, with my channel, I really like to kind of take a left when everybody's going right. I really love just creating content that's true to me, and I don't want to kind of reiterate what's already out there. I want to have some variety for you because I do know that you have so many choices when it comes to sneaker unboxings and watching sneaker YouTubers in general. So I love being different, and I know that this year we're going to have a lot of different things added to the channel. So I'm really excited to just kind of step apart in a way from how things have, you know, currently been done in the sneaker YouTube realm. And I hope that you really are in line with, you know, how the channel really just develops. So I'm excited for what's to come in the future. All right, my goodness. Okay, so this was actually a re-release, but I did pick this up last year and I needed to add it because I always wanted the taillights on the Yeezy 350. So this was definitely one of my most exciting pickups of last year. I love this because it's supposed to resemble the Porsche, and I'm obsessed with Porsches, but this was just a great pickup, a solid colorway. Kudos to anybody who got this on Yeezy Day. This is when I actually caught this last year. And I think that this was just an impeccable color scheme, and it's just so clean. Lido, what's good? I'm trying over here. You cop the patinas with the lime laces. Love those laces. Yeah, that's a great combo for sure. The handcraft ones are just a great color combination. I have to agree with you on that, Highness. I really love this. But the tail lights for sure. I know it was a re-release, but I had to add it to the list since I did cop this last year. All right, let's just toss some of these sneakers actually off the table as I'm starting to kind of move on to the other side here. We got a lot going on. All right, so the next up on the list, I actually just got this the other day, and it's the Next Nature Pink Oxford LX Dunk High. My goodness, is that a mouthful? But this just released on the Sneakers app is where I actually took a W on these. And the thing I really liked about this is it is recycled, which is why they call it the LX Dunk High. So they're not keeping the usual Dunk High name on this one. But again, this just released this week, and this is a really cool pink colorway. If you're a fan of pink, this is just a really, really cool combination of different materials that they used on here. Again, this is one of those recycled materials that are used throughout this. You can actually feel this dunk and how light it is in comparison to the other dunk highs that I own, but this is really cool. It's different. We've got fuzz on the inside. I really wanted these because it just looked really warm, to be honest with you. But I do love how they added that fur on the inside of the collar there. Just nice, simple, light pink colors throughout here. And we've got just some really cool different materials that have, you know, different patterns, which makes this really unique and different. Again, this is the LX Dunk High. So stay tuned. I'm going to try and probably get a video up fully styled on this one in the next few days. But really just excited that I was able to take a W on this. This is actually one of my last wins that I took for the year 2021. So really excited to show you guys what this looks like styled. Yes, Lawrence, I know. A lot of sneakers I'll be showing you, so I'm sure a lot of you passed on some of these, and some of you maybe are hoping to add this to your collection. So hopefully this will give you hope to maybe go after these on the resale market, even if it's one that you may have forgotten about that, you know, released in the past. But definitely, you know, something that I definitely did not pass on a lot of these, as we could say. What's up, Kia? Good to see you in here. Love the chocolate ones a bit more, but these shoes should have gotten more topless love. Agreed. This life reconsidered. Yes, they do have a fabulous story. For those of you who have not seen the LX Dunk, definitely go check these out. You can see it kind of has the space hippie effect as well on the outsole. Let me see if you guys can see the texture on that. But do you see the little dots? You can see that there's some recycled materials used on the bottom of the midsole and outsole on these bad boys. What's up, Gem Drops? Good to see you in here. Love everyone who's popping in with me tonight. We're going through my top 60 plus sneakers that didn't make my top 50 list. Again, I did like 260 plus sneakers last year. I styled over 1,200 looks. It has been quite the year, and we are starting off strong this year. And I'm going to be basically completing all of my overflow that I had for last year this month of January, while of course doing other new pickups that I get. But just happy to have all of you in here tonight. Happy New Year's to everyone, and I wish you the best this year. I mean, it is going to be a great year. I have a feeling for all of us. One of the other sneakers that I wish I could have added, but I already added an NMD human race sneaker. This was the Running Dog, and this is the colorway that came in the green. I did the astronaut one in my other list, but I do think this is a really solid color. I love the olive tones in this. And I just think that they are really making a comeback with the colorways that they're using over at the Billionaire Boys Club. So definitely happy that they were dedicating this to celebrating ice cream. As you can see, we've got the ice cream on the back. There we go. I'm like, come on, camera, focus. Yes, everybody, be sure to Smash that like if you're in here with me. Those likes are much appreciated, and it does let me know that you all enjoy these lives and you love having me chat it up with you while I'm going live. But again, for those of you just popping in, we are going through my 60 plus honorable mentions that didn't make my top 50 list this week. Go back and check out those videos if you have not already. I had some amazing guests on with me, had such a great time this week, and we're just starting the year off with these 60 plus shoes as we are gearing into the new year. I can't wait to just unload and start to see all of the rest of the shoes I didn't complete last year and finish that up before we jump into February. But I'm excited for you all to see all my new unboxings this month. All right, which one do we go with next here? So many different options. Okay, so let me just grab some more sneakers. Again, I'm going to need to take a little break as I pile up more. This video is stressing. I'm stressing you out, E. Williams. I'm sorry. I don't mean to stress you out. I'm not trying to stress anybody out. I hope I don't stress you guys out. All right, so next up are the UNC Air Jordan 1 highs. I know this was on a lot of your top 10 lists. This didn't make it. I decided to go with the Hyper Royals over this one, but it's not to say I don't like these. I love these, and I wear these all the time. Let's go, Vegas, Nevada. Okay, Raphael from Vegas, one of my favorite party spots to go to. I haven't actually been to Vegas in a while. It's kind of strange. I used to go to Vegas like every year. Haven't made it over there. But yes, I love the UNC's solid shoe, high quality on this one. As you know, you just never know what you're going to get on these Jordans, but this is just a solid sneaker, solid colorway. Kudos to anyone who picked this up, but I'm obsessed with UNC. So had to give it some love, and that's why we brought it out. Checking all the resale on every single one of these. You guys crack me up. All right, so next up is another Air Jordan 1 high, this time the silver toes. This was a women's exclusive. I've got the shimmer laces on this, but I was obsessed when I saw this color scheme. This, again, is a really fun New Year's sneaker. I couldn't choose between these or the Golden Gals, but I was really obsessed with this one when I saw images of it, and I had to have it, but it's just a nice little sparkle. I always love when I see people rocking these. It just draws my attention right over to them just because of how shiny and bright it is. But definitely had to give the silver toes some love on this one, and really bummed I didn't have space to add this to my top 10 list. Probably going to switch up the laces back to either white or black. I had fun with the shiny silver laces on here. Let me pull up close so you guys can kind of see the look of these. But I just wanted to have fun with it. Definitely a really great release that I was able to cop last year. Sam, got your girlfriend these. This is a great shoe. A lot of ladies rocking these in the past year. Definitely saw a lot of girls killing the game rocking these, and I love complimenting girls when I see these on their feet because I just think that they look so clean. Almost went after those. You didn't butchering Kicks 84? Why not? You wanted the Next Nature Dunks, but never knew they were women's only. Yes, the Next Nature Dunks, which he's talking about, for those of you who didn't see or forgot which one I was on, just because I've gone through so many of these. This was a woman's exclusive, unfortunately, so definitely 12 usually is the highest size that they release in, and those are even pretty limited, but this was a woman's only exclusive. Yes, RX Fly Fishing. I would say that those silver toes are amazing. All right. Moving on to some more Air Jordan 1 highs. Why don't we just keep going? So this will actually probably be the newest unboxing that I do. I was pretty excited to take my sneakers win on these. This is one of the last wins of 2021 for me, and these are the bubble gums. I don't even have them laced up yet, everyone. Just literally took them fresh out of the box, but I love these. I love the pearlescent pink on the back of these. Love the little bubble gum that you've got on the outsole there. I think that these are just really a great color combination. I love the navy with the pink and white. I think this is just a solid color. I've got the navy laces just right there on it right now. Again, haven't had the opportunity to take the time to just lace these up just because I've been so slammed and busy. But this will definitely be the next unboxing that I do. So definitely turn those notifications on so you know when I do put this out. But I'm hoping to also put this up in the next day or so. Only person that leaves a woman's releases for the woman. Ah, E. Williams, how sweet are you? Fan of the pink ones. Yeah, definitely a fan of those as well. You kind of wish you got the bubble gums. The navy is hard with the pink. RX Fly Fishing, listen, I love the navy with the pink on these. I think these are so sick. Especially because the pink is a patent material. Just so you know, like, it's not fully patent. It's just the pink color scheme on these. The navy is just leather. It's not patent as well. But I do think that that color combination just really goes hard. A lot of ladies I know showed love for these. You wanted those for your wife, but she wasn't feeling them, and we don't wear the same size. LOL. Hey, I mean, you know, that's the greatness about sneakers is some shoes aren't for everyone, but again, it's just nice to have variety on the floor anyways. Who wants everybody to be wearing the same kicks, right? All right, so next up, I think this shoe may have gotten a little bit overshadowed, and so that's why I'm actually going to show these together because they did release around the same time. But again, these are Air Jordan 1 highs as well. This one is the Bordeaux, and this one is the A Ma Maniere. So definitely two shoes that have a similar kind of color scheme. This one has a more purpley color tone, while obviously this is a deeper kind of maroon color scheme. I love them both for different reasons. I think that the A Ma Maniere one definitely took a higher liking just because of the storyline that came with it. But again, these did release around the same time. And so I think that, you know, this definitely got a little bit overshadowed by the A Ma Maniere ones. Not to say that I didn't like these. I did like these. I do wish it was a deeper, kind of darker red because I think Bordeaux wine specifically is a little bit richer in color. But I do absolutely love the story behind the A Ma Maniere ones, and I think that they did an incredible job with the colorway, and I love the vintage look on that outsole and midsole. So definitely in some people's top 10. This did not make mine, but I did have another A Ma Maniere. As you know, I had the threes in there, but both beautiful colorways. Yes, a lot of you are loving the A Ma Maniere ones. I think it was definitely an amazing color scheme, and I love that, you know, he decided to end with the Air Jordan 1 high, just a classic silhouette that we all love so much. Just not enough room, my goodness, not enough room in the top 10s for all of these shoes for sure. But I think that these definitely were great colorways and definitely great colors to kind of end the year off with for sure. These definitely came late in the season. Court Purple Women's is also kind of similar. Yeah, kind of similar. Have to agree with you. Neutral Gray 85 was the best ones to release last year. Silent R493. So I will agree with you. I love the gray 85s. I actually was unable to get those last year. So unfortunately, I took an L. That has to go down in the L list. I know a lot of people were actually asking me to do a video on all my L's that I've took for 2021. Who knows? Maybe I will do that. But I definitely took a lot of L's. So for those of you who say I don't take L's, I definitely took a lot of L's. For those of you just jumping in, I'm looking at this pile. I think I may have gone through maybe 30 sneakers so far. I can't remember, but this pile is just getting taller and taller and taller. It really is. It was the trophy room, so unfortunately our boy Marcus didn't want us to cop. Sam, I have to agree with you. I love the trophy rooms as well. I think a lot of us did. Unfortunately, they were backdoored, so a lot of us were unable to cop them. What's up, Minamis? Good to see you in here. Everyone who's just joining us, I'm going through my 60 plus honorable mentions that didn't make my top 50. Not to say they wouldn't have, it's just, it was so hard to choose. I'm going to actually start piling up another little pile here. And we're going to get this list going. We're going to switch brands for a little bit. How about we just take a break from Nike for a second and give some other brands a little more love. So many great sneakers that release from other brands. Just sometimes they do tend to get overshadowed by, you know, Nike and Adidas because they've got so many things they're releasing on a constant basis. But I do have to give some love to some other sneakers. One of them has to go to Asics. So I have not done an unboxing on this. I actually just got these, and these were Kiss 10th anniversary salmon toe sneakers that were done with Ronnie Fieg. And as you know, Ronnie tends to do impeccable collabs with Asics. I honestly think his best collabs are with Asics quality wise. I always find that the Asics are just on par with the highest quality I've ever seen. And these definitely are a clean looking sneaker. So let me just show you guys up close how nice the quality is on these. I think that these are just beautiful. The salmon toes definitely are a sleek look. I'm a little weary trying these on. So these definitely look like they're going to fit pretty snug, and I hope that they fit me. We've got Kith on the back here. And again, this is to celebrate their anniversary. So they've been releasing a lot of cool stuff, and I'm excited to kind of see, you know, what they end up releasing this year, because obviously Ronnie tends to do lots of different collaborations with different brands, but I do think that this Asics was a nice kind of end to the year for one of his releases. And I haven't done a lookbook on these, so this will definitely be one of the next shoes that I get to release with those looks, so stay tuned for that as well. Oh, somebody already sees like a little sneak peek here. All right, so we've got the Asics SVD next. So I did do an unboxing on these, and I just think that this is such a beautiful color scheme. We've got the greens and the nice neutral tan colors going on. This is the Gelite 3 here. This is one of my favorite Asics silhouettes with the split tongue on the front. This is just a beautiful colorway. We've got just a nice, you know, kind of neutral palette, but I love these colors together. Especially the midsole color scheme. It almost has that gum bottom color scheme look with that nice neutral brown on the outsole. But definitely Asics can be slept on a little bit. I get it. Not everyone's an Asics fan, but I had to give some Asics some loves. Next up in the Asics list are the nice creams. So this was celebrating ice cream, and you guys probably saw my video. I did go to an ice cream parlor to talk about this sneaker. This is just a beautiful, beautiful shoe, and it makes me want to eat ice cream right now, actually. It really does. So I definitely am reminiscing on warmer days when I was wearing these, but I think that they just did such a great job with this Gelite 3. Again, just a great color combination. I love the neutrality of it, and just really subtle hints of color on this one. Asics do actually sell out, E. Williams. I know, as crazy as it sounds, they do sell out. A lot of people are Asics fans, and you know, if you have bad feet and you want to wear something that's good for your feet, I think Asics are a great option, especially if you have narrow feet. I have narrow feet, and I think that these just fit me so comfortably. Let me just get up close so you guys can see the details on this. Come on, camera. Where are you going to focus in at? And look. There we go. So I just want to see the splatter marks there on the side, but they just did a really good job with this sneaker, and I think that they really put high quality materials on it. So if you have not tried Asics out before, I definitely highly recommend checking them out and really staying on top of their collabs. They do great collabs. Arizona Iced Tea Adidas Superstars. Yeah, a lot of Arizona Iced Tea collabs that actually dropped. You love your Asics. The Meteorite AMU by Kango Kuma. That was a good one, Tomo. Mint chocolate chip. Yes, it does remind me of mint chocolate chip ice cream. Gosh, I wish I had a mint chocolate chip tub of ice cream right now. I am craving that. Instead, I have to sip on this water and pray that some ice cream just shows up at my door. That would be amazing. All right, everybody who's just hopping in here. We're going through 60 plus sneakers that got my honorable mention, didn't make my top 1050 list, but we are just chugging along here. Next up, we're going back to Nike, but this time with some more collabs that were done. And I'm going to try and keep these organized so that you guys can just kind of see them all. But let's do the Vapor Waffle here. This is the Sesame colorway. So this was actually one of my favorite colorways in this silhouette to drop. Again, this was a Sacai collaboration, and the Sesame colorway was just such a beautiful color scheme. I love the navies and the creams, but like this tan, camel tan color scheme is just so clean. I love wearing a nice camel trench coat too, so I feel like this is definitely one of my most complimented shoes, and I wear this all the time. I think Sacai definitely popped a ton of shoes out last year, so I think we may have gotten a bit overwhelmed at the end, and that's kind of why I, definitely didn't put as many into the list, but I really, really love these. I love this color combination. It's one of my favorite out of all the ones that did release, but the Sesames are just such a clean colorway. And, I didn't see a lot of people rocking these. I think these were pretty limited, but this was probably one of my favorite colors out of all of them. Yes, mods are amazing. Always got to give my mods love, and to the new mods that just came on board this year, thank you so much for all your continued support. Does anyone have the count? I know. Has anybody been counting? What shoe number are we on? I wish somebody was actually counting as we're going through all these. I have no idea how many we've done so far. I just see a pile in front of me, but I can't even fathom how many shoes we've gone through already. We're just going to keep trucking away. We still got a decent amount to go through. So next up is going to be some more Sacai collaborations, but this is the triple collab. So these are the Fragment Sacais. You guys already know one of these made my top list, and it was the gray colorway. This is the navy colorway. I still love the navy. I just don't think that it's something as wearable as the gray color scheme. Again, I do think that there's just such nice high quality materials used on this. The navy is just a nice clean color. It just wasn't as great of a color to me as the gray color scheme was. I didn't say 1,200 shoes, Lawrence. I think you got me mistaken. I meant 1,200 outfits that I did last year, combined with all of my unboxing videos. We won't be doing 1,200 shoes tonight. We don't have time for that. I don't have the voice for that. The blazers were your favorite out of the Sacai releases. Well, Silent, R493. We will be doing some blazers next. So if this wasn't your favorite style, which I know a lot of people do love this waffle, I like it. I think it's definitely a specific taste to like this. It's very different, but I do like this color scheme. All right, next up is the Clot Sacai. So another triple collab done. Again, we were very overwhelmed, I know, with the triple collabs that were done on the waffles, but again, I do think this was a nice colorway. This is kind of like the two colors combined, the gray and the navy on this one. This time it was Clot as opposed to Fragment. I do love the gum bottoms on these, and that's why I pulled this one. I didn't pull every single triple collab that was done with Sacai on the waffles because there's so many, but definitely go back and check out that video if you haven't already. I did do a video on all of the entire 7 collection. 7 of these released. I know it was a lot. She was killing us, but here we go with my last one on my list for the triple collaboration. You liked the non-collab gray waffles. They looked really cool and modern. I agree with you on that one, Sam. I like those as well. A little narrow for you. Love it, but a little narrow. E24G, I have to agree with you, and I did talk about this actually in my sizing video. These are very narrow. So if you do have wider feet, I feel like the waffle silhouette is just not going to be as comfortable for you just because the base is not wide enough. I love them because I do have narrow feet, but do take that into consideration if you are trying to buy these, especially resale, that these are great for narrow feet, not such a wide foot. Could be a little more painful for you. No L's for shade. I really need to do an L video because all of you seem to think that I actually don't take L's, and I actually took quite a few L's. And the 85s were actually one of the L's that I took last year. I think somebody brought that up. So I always have to let you guys know when I'm actually taking L's on stuff. I really do. All right, so moving along, somebody mentioned, actually, no, I do have one more. I lied. I said that was my last triple collab, but we have one more. It's another Clot. So this is the other Clot collab with Sacai, and it's very similar actually to the Air Max 1. Let me see if I can grab that, or maybe it's actually too far down. Nope, here it is. So this is definitely Clot's color scheme. I did show you the Air Max 1, and you guys can kind of see that this has the same exact colorway going on here. Definitely a different silhouette that it was used on. I like it in different ways. This wasn't my favorite color scheme or favorite collab out of the 7, but I do think, again, the colors that Clot does use are quite nice. Neptalia, you're funny. Mhm. All right, so next up, I think we should move on to our blazers. So somebody said that their favorite this year were the Sakai blazers. I know that blazers are not always everyone's top picks, but I did pull out some blazers because I do think that they deserve some noteworthy uh, speeches about, I guess you could say. But let's just take a look at this here. So this one is the Cause Blazer. This was one of the colorways that released. I think this was probably one of my favorite colors that released, and that is in this blue hue, and it's got some greens and yellows going on there. But I do like this. We've got the Cause logo there on the front. And if you were not a fan of this, I would say that this was probably my second favorite colorway, and that was the purple colorway. This did come in a variety of colors. This is just 2 out of the 4. But I do really like this. The Reed colorway I feel like would be my favorite, but I have yet to grab that one. But I do really, really love this purple color scheme as well. Cause definitely has some crazy colors, but if you're a fan of bright pops of colors, these are great. Ah, Kia, you got the purple cosplayers, but you want the blue. Yes, I love the purple, Kia. I really, really do. But I definitely think that these are obtainable. I don't know how much these are going on the resale market, but I don't think they're too high above the retail price point currently. Marissa, you were able to get the tan Reed color on the blazers. I really like the Reed color. I think that that would be my favorite art fly fishing actually out of all of them. I do technically have all 4 of them, but these are the 2 that I decided to go with since I don't have the Reed. I didn't put the red on my list, but I do have that one somewhere in this apartment. I do have one more blazer that I'm going to actually put on the list, and this was not part of the Cause collab. This is actually just the Sakai Nike collab on the blazers, and this was just in the green and blue colorway. I really like this color combination. Again, this did come in other varieties of colors, but this was actually my favorite out of the ones that did release. Nice and simple and subtle, but I've definitely gotten to match this really well with actually some of my Poochie pieces from Supreme. But I do think that this color combination is quite nice and quite simple. All right, looks like it's already time to reload another stack of sneakers. So let us keep continuing on here. All right, so now we are going to move on to some dunks. I know that a lot of you love dunks. Dunks have been just a great sneaker to cop, and that has to do with affordability. I know that $100 is like the best price point that we can ask for. So actually one of the shoes I wore for New Year's is actually the Golden Gals, and this was hard to not put on the list because I really truly do love this color scheme. I think this is a beautiful colorway, and I just really love what they did with the sparkles on this. Let me just show you up close so you can kind of see. I feel like this was just really well done the way that they did this, and it really just shines quite nicely. This is like my go-to New Year's shoe right now. It is beautiful. And it's called Golden Gals because it does come with gold laces, but I honestly don't like the gold laces with these. I'd rather keep it with the gray ones that it came with. You bought too many of those Sakai Blazers RX Fly Fishing. I think we all did. Lime Ice Dunks. Yes. Lime Ice Dunks were a beautiful color combination for sure. Nice and subtle. I think a lot of people forgot about the Lime Ice Dunks. Yes, I love the sparkle on these. Kind of reminds me of the Silver Toes a little bit. It's not as metallic, but you know, it's if you like silver, this is a nice color option here. Ah, appreciate that, Eugene. Yeah, definitely. If you haven't seen the outfits I wore with these, go back and check out that styling section that I have. This was a really fun shoe to style. Sean Cliver vibes, definitely. I missed out on the Sean Cliver dunks. I was pretty bummed, but I was obsessed with those. I thought they looked really cool. You can wear them with a sparkly mask. You can really dress these up. This is like a really fun colorway, and I feel like it just reminds me of the holidays, and so I was really happy to cop this during the holiday season. Humble brag, only a few, Ricardo. You only have one pair of Dunks, and outrage. I know Dunks are very hard to get, Red. I'm not going to lie to you. They're very, very difficult to cop. So don't feel like you're the only one. I know a lot of people that have a lot of difficulty just copying one. Only a few Dunks I'd consider. Yeah, well, some people are very particular with the colors of Dunks that they want. So these are the orange pearls. I think that this was a really cool color that dropped. It's nice, simplistic. It's a very subtle light pink colorway. Very, very nice and subtle. Uh, I've laced it with the pink laces. I think it looks great with pink, and it's a nice, perfect, just summer and spring colorway. But I feel like I can wear this kind of all season round just because of how light the color scheme is on here. Crease masters. You got to get those crease protectors, E. Williams. We got to put my little code on there for you. Go to Culture Kings and get yourself some of those crease protectors for your dunks. Only dunks you've copped were the Tokyo Fragment and Undefeated Signal Blues. Well, those are good dunks to cop, Silent R493. Your wife loves these. This is a great colorway for the ladies. I've seen a lot of girls rock these, and I just think that this is a really solid, clean colorway. I know, Your Highness. Very sad to hear about Betty White. Oh, really? These restocked yesterday? I didn't even know that at Champs. I inspired your wife to wear those Golden Gal dunks and silver dress like you. How you did? Oh, well, I'm glad I was able to inspire her to wear it with the silver dress. I think that they go great with anything silver and sparkly. I got lots of compliments on those the other night. So definitely, if you're a girl that wants to rock those, or even a guy that wants to wear a sparkly tie or something, I feel like it's the perfect combination. Nike came out with more purple velvet dunks. You're trying to make your little sis a sneakerhead. Help a brother out. All right, so let's continue on with some of our dunks. Next up are the green glows. So the green glows are a really cool color. I saw a lot of girls rocking these in the summertime. I don't know what it is about this. These really do truly glow, and they really do stand out. These have such a great pop of color, and I just think they did such a great job with this. But this is a beautiful pop of color. A lot of girls were rocking these. A lot of guys actually were rocking these this summertime. And if you weren't feeling this, I think that the Coast Dunks were a great option as well. I know that these looked like some other dunks that have released, the UNC ones, but these do have like pops of yellow accents on it. And I actually prefer it with the yellow. I know some preferred it without, but I love the Coast Dunks as well. Which one do you guys like better? So hard to choose. I needed them both. All right, so let's get into an SB dunk. So I would have actually ranked this one higher, except for the quality control in this. For any of you who got the Sting Water SB dunks, the problem with these is the leather. So I want to show you guys just kind of how the leather has wilted on the inside. I know that a lot of people had issues with these. I thought that this was such a beautiful sneaker when I saw it packaged, but I was really bummed when I actually received it because of the leather quality. But I do think that these just look so cool in hand. Just a beautiful color combination. I really love this see-through tongue that they've got here, and you can actually put stuff in the pocket at the top if you can see that there. But again, I was just really bummed with the leather quality on these. I think that this could have just really have been such a great shoe. And the outsole is really cool with that icy sole that's see-through on the bottom. But really just bummed about the leather quality on these. But I do think that they did directionally a great job on this collaboration. Bing bong. Yep, the mushrooms. Where is the cute little mushroom? Let's show you guys a little cute little mushroom on the inside here. Definitely reminds me of Toad. Toad, my winner on Mario Kart. All right, keeping it up with the dunks here. So this was not my favorite out of the off-white dunks. This is part of the Lot 50. This is not Lot 50. That was my favorite. This is actually 21 of 50. I do love this color combination. It has the purple, the blue, the gray. As you all know, all the 50 dunks came with different textiles and materials on it and color schemes that were swapped with different colored tags. I personally like this one. I just didn't find that this was my favorite out of the 50. Yes, I know we all are looking for more SB Dunks, but the SB Dunks are very, very difficult to cop, unfortunately. They're so difficult to cop. I'm like trying to figure out my strategy for next year to cop more of them. All right, so next up, we have the UVA Undercover Basketball Association 1985 Dunks. I would rank this one higher, except for the sizing on this. I cannot fit these. They're so small. They run so small, so I was bummed. But as far as quality goes, this is some of the best quality I've seen on a dunk like this. So let me just go up close so you guys can kind of see the quality on these. Look how beautiful this is. And I'm shocked at the resale price on these. I don't know why it's unfortunately so low currently, but it is. And, you know, this was definitely ended up bricking, but I do think that the quality on these are beautiful. The lot number on that one was lot 21, and it was actually just leather. There's no suede on that one, Going Ghost. But these are the 1985s. Beautiful, beautiful material on these. All right. Next up, we've got the Fragment Design Dunk Highs here, and this was definitely another slept on shoe. I don't think this did as well as many thought. I think that the color combination is quite nice though. I don't mind the purple and black on these. But again, it just didn't do so good. So these are the Beijing Dunks. And we got the fragment detailing on the bottom of the midsole here and on the corner here on the back of that heel. But I think that this is definitely just a very cool color combination. I haven't really seen this kind of a purple hue on a sneaker before. What's up, Hitman? Good to see you jumping in here. Anyone who's just joining us, we're going through my top 60 plus sneakers that did not make my top 50 list. This is for my honorable mention. So if you're just jumping in with us, I don't think anyone of us has kept count, unfortunately. So I can't even tell you how many sneakers we've gone through. You did not see the mummies because I did not cop the mummies. Everyone, that was another sore L that I took. I unfortunately did not get the mummies this past year. I really wanted those for Halloween, but unfortunately I was unable to cop them. All right. Whew. Like I need another water break. I feel like we have gone through at least 40 sneakers. Do you guys think we went through 40 sneakers by now? Because I think we went through 40 sneakers. Aw, Jose, thank you. Big time sleeper. Yes, Christopher. Have to agree. I don't know. A lot of people didn't like the fragment dunks. I'm not quite sure why those kind of tanked a little bit, but you know, I do think it was a nice color combination and not a lot of purple sneakers come out with that kind of color. But we are now going to move out of the dunk section and we're going to move to some other kicks that we haven't seen before. Oh, thanks, Shane Shorter. Appreciate that. Where do we start? Actually, let's start with some of the 450s. So the 450s did make my list, but not in these colorways. I still think these are okay colorways. I wasn't such a big fan of the resin colorway, but you guys know that this was the most recent 450 to release. I don't think a lot of people love these. I really don't. I do think, you know, it's definitely an acquired taste, this resin colorway. I did like it on the slides, but I just didn't like it as much on the 450s. I did, however, like the slate colorway a bit more just because you can't really go wrong with a black slate color scheme. I did wear this at Complex Con, and it didn't really get dirty at all, which is one of the things that I love most about having it in a darker color because my cloud whites really did get quite dirty. But I don't mind it in the slate colorway. But these are two colors that just didn't make the list. But I did have a 450 on that easy list. Right, Rad? It really is. The Bembury Crocs. Ricardo, that is another L. Anybody who would love to hand over a Salehi Bembury Croc over my way, I would love you forever. But I did not cop a Soleil Bembry croc. I was really, really bummed about that. That was actually one of the biggest L's I think I took last year. The wontons, yes. Sam, I think they've been called the wontons. They look like teeth. I mean, dumplings, you name it. Very, very interesting silhouette and definitely an acquired taste for most to be able to rock those. You're looking forward to the black resin 450s. Interesting. Yeah, that'll be a cool color scheme, I feel like. All right, let me just grab more of these. So next up are the Animal Instinct 11s. I know that a lot of ladies actually love these. If you're somebody who loves animal print, I think that they just did a really, really good job with the 11s on this one. It's really high quality. This is actually real animal fur on here. I don't even know if the sticker's in here that tells you. But I do think that this came out quite nice. It really pops really nicely off of the black, and the animal print was just really well done. It's mixed up, so we've got different animals printed on the sides of here. It just works its way around to the back quite nicely. I love the accents of red on the back there as well. A lot of guys weren't feeling these, I know, but a lot of ladies love these. You like the 450s when you went half size over, and the laces section, it felt super tight. You like them just the top half needed padding. Yeah, I agree with you on that one, E24. Oh, Kia, you've got the Animal Instincts. I think these are fire. A lot of ladies love these, so I think they did do a good job for ladies on this one and really adding this animal print. I think it came out quite nice. Vegans were not happy about these. No, PETA would not approve. All right, next up here. So we have the Ken Griffey Jr. So you guys know I'm from Seattle. I actually waited in line for these. I was obsessed with these freshwaters. And Griffey was always somebody I looked up to, so I was so happy that I was able to get these. I didn't get them when I waited in line. I actually got these on a restock. I was really bummed when they sold out because they basically backdoored them all in front of all of us, and no one got them really. But I absolutely love these freshwaters. I love the color combination on them, and it just kind of brings me back to my days of when I was collecting baseball cards, and Griffey was one of my cards that I had in my collection. But I really love these. Definitely an OG shoe to have if you were a fan of Griffey. Yep, these are the freshwaters. That's right, Sam. The Jackie Robinson was another L I took. I hope you guys are actually keeping count of these L's that I have. The Jackie Robinsons, I really, really wanted to add those with my freshwaters, but those were so limited. I was unable to get them. What's up, Shayla? Good to see you in here. Goat 24. Agreed with you. Goat 24. I mean, that's when somebody as cool as Ken Griffey was able to make wearing a hat backwards look cool. So I was so happy to snag these. Very glad to have these in my collection. All right. Next up, let's actually snag this one. So these are the Anthracites. This one I think people actually forgot about. These are Air Jordan 5 Anthracites, and I just think that this was such a slick colorway. Again, it's got that metallic feel on there with the silver and the dark gray and the blacks. But this was definitely a great release of last year, especially for those of you who love wearing just darker shades. I think that they just did a really great job with this one. Going Ghost, I do not have those dunk highs, unfortunately. Add that to the list of L's. But this was just a really clean 5 that dropped last year. I know this kind of got overlooked by so many sneakers dropping, but this was definitely one of my favorite colorways to release on the 5 silhouette. When you make the top 60 honorable mentions list in just 1 year, you know your collection is vicious. Yes, this is a vicious collection and is becoming a vicious pile over here, actually. A very vicious pile. Okay. Now let's see. What shall we do next here? switching up, and we'll go with the Forum. So these are actually the Forum highs. This was a Jeremy Scott release. The Adidas team actually sent these over to me, and this was actually seen on a low before. This was the first time we saw it in a high. A lot of people loved these, and I feel like a lot of people definitely complimented me on these. They're really wacky and crazy and out there. You can see Jeremy Scott added himself on the bills on the sneaker, but this is really cool. One of my favorite parts of it is just the wings and how they've really actually laced the wings into the silhouette of the sneaker. But this was just a really different look for a Forum, and I think that Jeremy Scott did a really wacky, crazy job. If you know who Jeremy Scott is, he definitely does really crazy, wacky collaborations when it comes to the sneakers that he works on, but this was really cool. Yes, the material on these are really, really great. Let me actually get up close to the camera so you guys can actually see the quality on this one. Really high quality. Right? Aren't these wild? They're so crazy. Looks like your feet are flying away. It's pretty funny, actually. All right, so next up on the list, this shoe is so special to me because I was fortunate enough to actually interview Coco Gauff at Foot Locker during the US Open, and the 327 is honestly one of my favorite silhouettes. This is a really just super sleek, modern shoe, but Coco Gauff really created her whole entire collection to resonate a nice kind of lifestyle feel to it, and I feel like this is just a great lifestyle sneaker, and you don't necessarily have to be wearing athletic clothes to rock this. I feel like you can definitely add this to lots of casual looks, but I really like the pop of colors that she used on here. And also she added jewelry because she is a huge fan of jewelry. So you've got these nice subtle details on this 327 here that just kind of make it unique and different. But I love the pops of color. We've got that nice pop of orange, and you know, it's not too over the top. I feel like it's very subtle because it does have that clean white base on it. But I love this N and how it's transparent in that pink colorway. But yes, 327s, for those of you who are big New Balance fans, I feel like the 327 is hands down one of my favorite silhouettes for sure. Definitely like an 80s kind of vibe as well. She definitely was drawing inspiration from the 90s, so that's kind of why you get that 90s feel here. You snagged the Eric Emanuel Forums. Great quality shoe. That's a great one. Congrats on that, E. Williams. Yeah, these really do pop. It's a nice kind of summer colorway. This is definitely something I'm going to rock in the summertime and maybe the springtime. Not really a sneaker I would wear in the winter and fall, but definitely see myself pulling these back out when it starts to get warmer here in New York. Okay, everyone. We are getting down, I think, to my last 10 sneakers. Can you believe it? We have gone through 50, at least 55 sneakers, I think, which is crazy. Have I already gone through 55 sneakers? 327s are true to size RX Fly Fishing. Yep, they are true to size. All right, next up are the Californias. So this was from Jerry Lorenzo's Fear of God mainline, and he released the Californias this past year. This is one of my most worn shoes. It's actually really, really dirty right now. I need to clean these actually, but I absolutely love these. You probably saw him even wearing these at the Met Gala. He has worn them pretty much everywhere and anywhere. This is in the cream colorway. They just recently released the Seafoams, but this is one of the comfiest shoes I've worn this whole year. This definitely goes down as one of my most worn out shoes just because it's so light and so easy to slip on. But the Californias I know are a little bit pricier in price point because it is from his main line, but I do think he did a good job with these. Last 10, I know. Let's go. We're almost there. Haven't been blessed with New Balances yet, but your dad just had foot surgery, so you're scooping pairs for him. Definitely you should get him some New Balance. New Balance is just, especially if you're going through injuries or, you know, you're having foot problems. A lot of people have patellar tendonitis. There's just so many different reasons that you really need to take care of your feet. And New Balance is just definitely a great option. All right. Next up is going to be another Yeezy, actually. So this is the Yeezy Compact, the 350 Yeezy Compact. This actually is more comfortable than a lot of the regular 350s are. This material is just so stretchy. It's so nice. This is in the slate blue colorway. I actually can't wait for them to release more colors. This honestly wasn't my favorite colorway, but I had to bring this one out just because of the comfort level on these. It's insane. When I slipped my foot on these, it was just one of the most comfortable shoes I've ever worn, hands down. So definitely, if you haven't tried the compact, I know it's different, but these are so comfortable. California is better than foam runners. I think they're different. I think Californias are actually a little bit lighter. So if you really want something that's super light and easy to slip on, I feel like the Californias are more of a go-to because I think it's just easier to slide on than the foam runners are, and it's also way lighter. The only problem is it's a bit more on a higher price point level. So that's why I would go with the foam runners if price is an issue. Are the Californias worth it? I think so, Mark Blanca. I think you should definitely go for the Californias. If you have not owned a pair, at least try one. You will fall in love with them, I promise you. Yes. How was the sizing on the California? So on the Californias, I actually have a sizing guide up, everybody. So if you are wondering what the sizing is on these, definitely I size down. I do think that these run a little large. So typically I'm a size 40. I actually went with a size 39 and I still have a little bit of extra room, but I would recommend sizing down on these ones. Since we're talking about slide-on shoes, I guess we'll slide on with some slides here. We've got some green glow slides and the pure slides. So this is just a couple of the colorways I didn't mention. Even though Ochras did make my top 10 list, I wanted to bring out some other colorways that launched this past year. I don't have my orange ones actually with me. That would have made the list as well. But I have these in the green glow as well as the pure colorway. And slides, as you guys know, if you've owned these, are so comfortable. So definitely, if you haven't tried the Yeezy Slides out, you have to grab a pair. I think that this is such a fun summer colorway, and this is just such a great all-around colorway for any season, but definitely have to try these out if you haven't yet. All right, we got a couple more laying around here. Let's see what we've got next. So as we move down, my goodness, this is crazy how many of these I have. We've got some Supreme collabs. So for those of you Supreme lovers out there, next up on the list are some of my Supreme pickups. One of my favorite Supreme pickups was actually the Air Max 96, and this is the silver bullet colorway. It came in 3 other colors, but I was able to get in the silver color scheme. This is kind of reminding me like the Clot because it is see-through. I actually got Supreme socks to match this. And one of the things I do love is that you get to play the sock game with this one, so you can see through the toe box on these. But I really love the design of these and the look of them. I like the silver the best. They did have it in a camo colorway as well, which I wasn't as big of a fan of, but I think the silver bullet by far, hands down, was the best color scheme out of the 3 that launched. You got the Supreme 96's 2 RX Fly Fishing. Well, congrats. E24G arriving in New York. Well, welcome. You hope with making icon status now, you hope you can actually hit on confirm. I hope you do too, girl. I really do. I hope we all hit on confirmed a bit more. They're pretty temperamental over there though. But I do love the Supreme collab that was done. I think they did a great job on the Air Max 96. All right. Did I do, oh no. I'm like, which ones? I'm already losing track of these here. All right, so now we have the Huarache. So this was my only Huarache pickup of last year. This was a collab done with Stussy, and I feel like they did a great color combination on this one. So it's got green and tans and creams on it. This is a really just solid color scheme. I just didn't realize how small the Huaraches run, and it looked like I stepped on a dot of some kind on the bottom. It's got like a sticky dot on the bottom, but I do like the cream laces. I do like the detailing in red on the front there. But I do think this is just a solid colorway that you can rock all year round. And again, this was a Stussy collab on the Huaraches. You don't really see too many collabs done on the Huarache, so it was really refreshing to see that Stussy decided to go with this silhouette on this one. But I do think this is a fire colorway. You have just witnessed greatness. Oh, really? Yes. One of one podcast. I honestly wish I would have gone up a size on the Huaraches. I do think these tend to run on the smaller side, so I would have gone honestly at least half a size up. But these definitely are just a clean colorway. I think Stussy did a great job with his collaboration. Yes, happy new year to everyone who's just jumping in. We are actually about to conclude here soon all of my 60 plus honorable mentions that did not make my top 50 list. So if you're just jumping in, hit that like, everyone. If you're in here and you haven't done that already, we are past at least 60 shoes already. So can you believe we've gone through 60 shoes together? It's kind of crazy, right? But we are on our last couple sneakers. So happy new year. We are going to continue on this new year. It's actually not going to be New Year's Day in about 25 minutes here, but let's get to our last few shoes. All right. Actually, you know what? Let me start with this guy here. So this cross trainer low, and this again was a Supreme collab with Nike, and people were calling this actually the Gucci colorway. I really think that this was a good color combination. This again is another sneaker that I have yet to do a styling on, so definitely stay tuned for that. I'm going to try and hopefully be able to style these at some point this month, but I do actually love the color combinations on these. This did drop in other colorways. I think this was the best color scheme that dropped. Let me see if I can bring that closer so you guys can see the detailing on the back, but you see the Supreme dual logo on the back there. But this is definitely one of my favorite colorways that dropped on the Supreme and Nike collab. I think they did a great job, and I definitely do think it does remind me of a Gucci color scheme when it comes to sneakers. All right. Now I've got two piles on each side of me that are piling up a little bit. This is pretty funny. Okay, so next up are the Tech Forum lows. This was in celebration of the Xbox, and Adidas actually sent these to me, so I was very thankful. Again, I come from Seattle, so super happy that I have these in hand. Ah, look at that. We've got a donation from Mark Blanco. Mark Blanco, thank you so much for the $1.99 donation. Love the Supreme Aircross trainers. You doubled up on them. Yes, the Aircross trainers are amazing. So for those of you who love cross trainers, I think if you want to collab, this was one of the best ones done. But thank you again, Mark, for your donations. Again, all your donations definitely go back to helping me make this channel greater. We are definitely always trying to improve the channel as much as we can at the ShadeTV team. So definitely all your donations are much appreciated. Thank you again, Mark. So this is the Xbox Celebration shoe here. Really cool color combination. I'm from Seattle, so I do have a love for this shoe even more because that is where Microsoft is based. And as you can see here, they actually have the Seattle etched on the side, Seattle, Washington 2001 Xbox. And I think that this color is just a really cool color combination here. Especially if you're an Xbox fan, I feel like this is a definite sneaker that you have to have in your collection. Shades, Halo Lantern, Fly Stompers. Yes, that was a fun moment, but luckily we haven't seen the lantern flies because it's cold and I don't know if they're hibernating. I hope we don't get those back in the spring, summertime, but I have a feeling that they will be back. I did stomp on a lot of those, and I did put some sound effects from a video game on there. You had to start off the year wearing some heat today. Undead Stock, your Beluga Reflectives. That's a good one to Undead Stock going goes. Congrats on that. Reminds me of the Supersonics. It kind of does, actually. This would be a great Supersonics kind of color combination. I think they need to bring the Sonics back. I have a feeling in the future we may see them bringing back at least a basketball team of some kind back to Seattle because we need one over there. All right, so this one is actually an unusual one just because I actually got this at an Adidas event, and this was done by a designer. So she actually recycled sneaker, and she used recycled beads on this one, and these are actually antique beads. So BP Bella is her name, and she's actually pretty famous. She does a lot of stuff for the Hadids and a lot of famous artists, but I was able to actually snag a pair by donating some clothes, and she put some really just cool beads on here. So this is kind of just a nice little art piece that I've got going on. And it's very unique. This is one of one, actually, which is very cool. No one else is going to have these, I know. It's crazy. This is probably the most rare sneaker that I own right here, is this piece of art. All right, so next up, we have the Bright Scions. And the Bright Scions, definitely a really cool colorway. I know that MNVNs were not as popular this year. I feel like last year this was really hyped up, the silhouette, and everybody wanted this. But for some reason this year, I feel like the MNVNs just didn't get as much love and appreciation. Out of all the MNVNs, I do think that this was one of my favorite colors. I think that this bright blue is really just kind of nice with that silver on the 700 there. But yeah, just not too much love on this one. All right, we have made it to the very, very last sneaker. Can you believe it, everybody? We've made it. Anybody guess what this last sneaker is? This is the Off-White 2. And as you know, this made one of my top lists. And it was in the other colorway, the white and red color scheme. This one I don't think was my favorite, just because I don't wear too much blue and black and yellow. But that's not to say that I didn't love these. These just, you know, were one of the sneakers that I looked past because unfortunately I had so many to choose from, and this didn't actually make the final list. Ludo, happy new year, Ludo. Good to have you in here. Como te va tú? I love these though. I think this was just a great, you know, addition to the two silhouettes. I just wasn't as big of a fan of this, not to say that I didn't like this colorway at all. All right, everyone. So that is officially my 60 plus honorable mention sneakers. Again, if you didn't see all my other videos that I did this week, I had some amazing guests on there. Be sure to go back and check those videos out. But I had so much fun just kind of going through all of my honorable mentions. This is going to be really fun cleaning up. I've got two piles of sneakers. It's pretty funny having mountains over here, but I definitely didn't get through all my sneaker collection of last year. That would have taken, I feel like, ages. But definitely go and recap some videos. If you're new to the channel and just joined in the past couple months, I've pumped out a lot of videos. Again, I've done over 250 plus sneakers this past year, probably over 1,200 different looks that I paired with those shoes. And we've got so much coming in 2022. I can't even express my excitement for what the Shade team is going to be bringing for all of you to see this year. We've got so many exciting partnerships and so many new guests that I'm going to bring on. I'm also going to be trying to do more of these lives because I do know that you all enjoy having me with you chatting back and forth. Again, I just want to wish all of you a happy new year, and I just really appreciate all of your support. Thanks so much for watching all of my videos and just being a real cool subscriber to the channel. I really just appreciate this Shade community that we've grown, and I can't wait to see where it goes this year in 2022. I want to wish all of you W's this year. I really hope that we all have really good luck when it comes to copying shoes, whether it's on the Sneakers app, the Confirmed app, any type of raffles. I just want everybody to be successful this year. And even if it's not with shoes, I want you to be healthy and happy and whatever it is that you're doing in life. But I really, really, truly appreciate all of you. Each and every one of you is just an inspiration to have you on board and just to have your support here on the channel. So again, I want to wish all of you a happy new year. I can't wait to see all of the greatness that we're going to achieve this year. And again, if you're new to the channel and you haven't hit that subscribe, be sure to do that right now. Give this video a thumbs up as well. If you enjoyed this live, I really do appreciate you giving a thumbs up. really does mean the world to the channel. And it also lets me know that you all enjoy me doing these live chats with you. And hit that notification bell because we are going to have so much heat coming out this month. I've got so much backlogged when it comes to all of my sneakers. So we're going to be pumping out lots of different sneakers left and right for all of you to view this month. And then, of course, I will be trying to cop whatever gets released that I'm most excited about. So I will see you all on the next video. I hope you have a wonderful night, and I hope that you all have the most amazing rest of your New Year's. And I guess you've got 15 more minutes left for New Year's Day, but enjoy your evening and have an amazing rest of your start to the week. Bye, everyone.